Am I the asshole? For not including my ex-wife's stepkids in activities I do with my kids. My ex-wife and I divorced about 4 years ago after 12 years of marriage. We have 2 kids together, 10-8. We live about 30 minutes apart and have split custody, but the kids live with me primarily during the school year because I live in a much better school district. The kids spend 3 weekends a month with their mom during this time. My ex and I co-parent pretty well in my opinion and usually get along fine. My ex remarried a little over a year after our divorce and has 3-year-old twins with her new husband. She also now has 2 stepkids, 13-11 as well. So when my kids are visiting their mom, there are 6 kids in the house. My kids hate it because they never truly feel like they are at home there because their mom's attention is divided so much between all the kids, especially their young half-siblings. They tell me that they never do any activities when they are there. They pretty much always just stick around the house because it's so much work for my ex and her husband to handle that many kids. So, I make it a point to do something fun the one weekend a month I have my kids at home. Camping, sporting events, museums, zoos, fairs, festivals, etc. My kids and I really look forward to planning and doing these things together. My ex has started asking me if it would be possible to include her stepkids in some of these activities because they are getting jealous of all the fun things my kids are doing. This turned into an argument recently because I told her to stop asking because her stepkids are not my kids and I have zero desire to build any kind of relationship with them. I told her that the only thing stopping her and her husband from doing fun things with the kids is themselves. She told me it's a lot of work with 6 kids and I wouldn't understand. I told her it was her choice to marry a man with kids and to have more kids herself and that isn't my problem. She told me it would be fun bonding experiences for our kids and the stepkids and it would mean a lot to her if I would help her out with that. I told her that making her life easier is no longer something I am required to do and if she and her husband can't handle all the kids at the same time, then I am more than willing to revisit our custody agreement so I can have our kids more often if that would make her life easier. That pissed her off and she called me an asshole for being petty about this. I ended up telling my kids that they should try to refrain from telling their mom and step-siblings too much about the activities we do together. They didn't really understand why because we've always told them that they can tell us anything, but I explained it to them the best I could. I do feel bad about that part because I want them to know they can be honest with both their parents, but that seems to be the easiest way to keep the stepkids from getting jealous. What is it with all these people expecting their ex-partners to help parent their current partner's children? Not the asshole. Shut that shit down. You give an inch and she'll take a mile. The demands will never stop. Pretty soon you'll end up with all 6 kids. Not the asshole. Your ex is incredibly entitled. You aren't a free babysitting service. You didn't volunteer to be a big brother. If her stepkids are jealous, then it's her and her partner's job to manage their expectations. Instead she's weaponizing their jealousy to make you feel guilty. That's highly inappropriate. I agree with you and think you might want to consider rearranging the custody agreement, since she has acknowledged that 6 children in the home at once is too overwhelming for her. She told me it would be fun bonding experiences for our kids